Welcome back, everybody. Catfish Head Hunters here coming at you today. Today I want to do a little different. I want to do a little review over my boat. I want to go over some things I like about it and that I don't like about it, and what I think Sundolphin should have done, you know, before they stuck this out for sale. So stay tuned and we'll get down to it. Okay, first things first. Number one thing I do not like about this boat is there is zero storage on this bad boy. Sundolphin could have done a little better job and put some kind of dry storage here where nothing was being used. They could have used a spot right here with a lid on it. They could have used some other spots around the boat that could have been used for dry storage. That's one thing I don't like about the boat. So in order to fix that, I have this Plano storage trunk. It is a 56 quart. They sell them at Walmart for $9. It is lockable. Does have latch. You can put a lock on it if you wanted to. I mean, but it's plastic, so anyone can bust into it. I mainly use this for my dry storage, for my life jackets and bilge pump, if that's correct, how you pronounce it or say it. And that's what I use in there. And I'm also going to be adding 2 anchors to this bad boy. Number 2 that I don't like about it is the rod holder situation. I have to use clamp-on style rod holders. These work fine, they're fine. But how long would these hold up with a big fit? I mean, I'm putting a lot of force on it. I mean, I'm bending the rod holder and it's not moving any. I'm bending the actual thing right here, so it should be okay there. It's not slipping off or anything. You would think with this being plastic here, it would want to slip, but it doesn't. I'll just tighten down properly. They could have put some rod holders somewhere on this boat where we could sit our rods down into without having to put these on the side or have to drill holes and put ones in it. Now, an idea that I've came up with to fix that solution is that back here on the trolling motor, they have a 1/4 inch steel plate, and they just put self-tapping screws here, 2 on the back and 2 in the front for the trolling motor to sit on. I was thinking if I can get something like that and put right here and a piece like that over there and had a bar coming across that I can put in to adjust to tighten to hold him in place there while I'm fishing, then I could probably put some kind of rod holders on top of that bar, drill into it, and put some really nice rod holders in there that I really want, you know, so that way I can do some other fishing with it. These here are fine for temporary, but they're not going to stay. I'm going with that idea I just shared with y'all, and we'll get to that later and future project videos for this boat. Another thing that I dislike about this boat is the seats. If you're a big guy, this plastic seat here is not going to be comfortable after about an hour. Solution to fix that, go to Walmart, pick you up one of these seats right here. They are $29.99 and they are love. It's real simple and easy. You take the old seat, don't even put it on because they're not even bolted to the track here. Don't even bolt it up, and just get you another seat. It's just 4 nuts and 4 bolts. That's all there is to it. But other than that, I really don't have any other complaints about this boat. So that's really about all I have. All right, so some good things about this boat that I do like. One, this thing is light. One man can manage putting this in the back of a truck, unloaded. I mean, talking about if you don't have the trolling motor, if you don't have the battery, you don't have all your gear in it, one man, it's very manageable. It is awkward because it is big and wide for one man to handle. Now, what I would do if I was using a truck is I would probably put this in the water first, then put my trolling motor on, then my battery, and then whatever else you need in your boat. For me, I went the easy route. I got a Tilt 4x8 trailer that I bought a while back for $200 and used it to load my boat up. So that's how I do it. I back it in just like a normal boat ramp, you know, like a normal big boat with the big trailer, and just back it down in the water, and I take it off. When I'm done, I back the trailer back in and pull it right back on up on the on the trailer. I would like to add some kind of carpeting here because that is just solid wood. And with that being plastic, I'm afraid it may scuff it up a little bit or may create a weak spot one day in it. So we'll get to that later. It's future projects. Another thing I like about it is it's stable. I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 6'3", 270, 280 pounds, and I can walk anywhere around this boat when it's just me in it, do anything I want. I can fish off of it. I can walk off on it. I can sit down, I can maneuver real fast in it if I have to, like if a rod's going in or getting a bite. That's zero issues, zero problems. Another thing I like about it is that it's small. I can fish any body of water I want in this little bad boy. I can almost go to some of these little itty bitty creeks here in Kentucky and fish in it. The only problem would be bottom out because, you know, I mean, come on, you gotta think about it. It does sit a little bit lower in the water than a kayak, and that's, I mean, it's a boat. It's a two-man boat. It's gonna sit lower in the water than a kayak. So, you know, would I use this for creek fishing? Yeah, depending on which creek it is, I would. But real shallow creeks where kayaks come and play, I wouldn't take a chance on it. Another thing I like about this boat is the price. The price is on point. For 500 bucks, you can have yourself a brand freaking new boat. And if you got a truck with an 8-foot bed, or a truck in general, or a van, you can shove it in the back of it, and there you go. You don't have to go the route I went. I went this route because I wanted to use my car for this. With this trailer and this boat together, it weighs roughly about 450 pounds, maybe. That's with everything loaded into it: seats, gear, trolling motor, battery, everything. So it's really light setup. My car has zero issues going up and down hills, stopping, going, pulling out of the ramps. I've took this out on 2 or 3 ramps so far, and I've had zero issues coming out of the water with it, zero. So that's a good factor too, that it's light and it's an easy, cheap setup. I'm gonna go back here and show you what kind of trolling motor I got and what kind of battery I'm running on it. All right, now that we're back here, I have a Makota Endura trolling motor. It is a 40-pound thrust. It's a 5-speed. It's got 5 forward and 3 back. This is plenty enough for the boat. This boat is light. You don't need a whole lot. Sorry I do not have the battery in here, but it is a 29 DC Everstart Marine deep cell battery. That's what I'm using. I've had it on the water for 7 to 8 hours with that battery. I don't troll the whole time when I'm out fishing. I just get to my spot, load up, fish, anchor down. Well, not anchor down, I don't have no anchors just yet. I'll get to that in a second. But, you know, most people with this same setup is getting anywhere from 6 to 8 hours full trolling, keeping the trolling motor on the whole time and fishing. So I should be good there unless I'm fighting a lot of current. And if I am, I probably won't be out in this. I'm not going to take this out in flooded waters. So if you're looking into this boat, even a 32-pound thrust motor would be plenty for this. But I went with a 40 just in case, because I'm a bigger guy and I want to make sure I can scoot this boat along with my big bud in it and the gear. This boat is supposedly 500 pounds. Yeah, 550 pounds with person, motor, gear, and 2-horsepower motor. 2 persons or 400 pounds, whichever. I've been right at the max limit in it already, and it was fine for us. The water has yet to ever get past here. You can see the water line, I don't know if you can see it. It's never got past this high, and it's never got up to this rivet yet. I don't really want to push it that far, because I have noticed some people say that these rivets sometimes let in water if you get water above it. This little rivet here, it's just a rubber rivet over it. It's riveted to the boat to keep it sealed. And sometimes those leak, so I don't really push it that hard. But yeah, there is a lot of good things about this boat. I mean, if you're on a budget and you don't feel like going out and financing a big boat, you don't want to go out and buy a used boat, you want something new, something small, something light, something, I mean, you know, I spent for this whole setup here, for the boat, trailer, new seat, all this stuff, I'm right at probably about 750 bucks. And that's all brand new. Besides the trailer's not new, it was used. I actually think I gave 150 for the trailer. I will correct myself. I gave 150 for the trailer, not 200, 150 for it, my bad. But yeah, I mean, if you're in the market for a little small boat, this would be it. This is what I would go with. I was gonna go with a kayak, but I'm a big guy. I know there's kayaks for us, and I like packing a lot of gear. And you imagine me with all my catfish stuff, nets and everything, baits, and it just would not work out in a kayak for me. I mean, there's no hate against kayak community, not one bit. They're great. I plan on getting one later just for some small creek fishing, but for now, this is what I'm sticking to because this is what I'm most comfortable with, and it holds me, and it holds all my gear, and I feel safe in it. There's also one thing to add. When you're getting in this boat, it does, when you first get in, it's like any boat. When you first get in, it moves a little bit, no big deal. Now, one thing I will say too, when you first get out, where this boat is so light, when you step out of it, you're pushing the boat away from you. Even if you're tied up, it still push away from you. It's just where it's light. It's, you know, it's small, it's light. But yeah, another thing I want to add is when I'm fishing a little bit of wind, this thing will move a lot. So I suggest anybody, if you're going to be fishing this in windy conditions, definitely have an anchor down in the front and the back. I'm working on anchors. I'm gonna do a how-to video on homemade anchors. We'll get to that later, but that's what I'm going to use for mine. I mean, I don't think anything over 5 or 10 pounds, that 10 pounds is probably overkill for this boat, unless you're fishing really bad windy days. But you know, 5 to 10 pound range for a front and the back to tie it up, just to keep it to keep it in place. I think that should be plenty for this little boat. Because I had my catfish rod out and they had a 4-ounce sinker on it, and it was keeping the boat still out in the windy condition. I mean, it was just sitting there. It wouldn't move because my pole on the bottom was holding the boat still. So that should give you an idea, a reference of how much you should need on weight to keep this thing stable. Keep it from drifting away in the wind. But yeah, guys and girls, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you liked this review. I hope this helps somebody out that's in the market for a little small boat, or in general, this one itself. If you like this type of videos, comment below, subscribe, follow if you want to. We do giveaways here on the channel. We do a little bit of everything here on the channel. We do DIY base, DIY projects. I'm not done with this. This is going to become a project, even though it's brand new. I still have some stuff I want to add to it, and I'd like to add some flooring to it, possibly inside, just to help take that cushion out of the boat. When, you know, I'm a big guy, it moves a little bit inside when you're stepping inside of it, but it's fine. I just would like to add something to it. But I'm gonna end this video here today, and if y'all have one of these like these and you want to suggest something to me that helps you out or might help me out, or another fellow fisherman that has this boat, leave a comment below and just let us know what's your thoughts on this little boat if you own one, or what's your thoughts if you're thinking about getting one. But I'm gonna end this video here today, and y'all have a good one. Bye, y'all.